Right then, so last week I made a video talking about 5 things from Battlefront 1 that I don't want to see return in Battlefront 2, and it did pretty good to be honest, so thanks for the support on that video. So today I'm bringing you once again another completely original video idea that's never been done before. I'm going to be talking about 5 things from Battlefront 1 that I do want to see return in Battlefront 2. Let's get into it. So first of all, we have every single hero and villain, so I'm talking the vanilla heroes and all the DLC heroes as well. So that means Luke, Han, Leia, Nyan Num, Lando, Chewbacca and Jin. Then obviously Vader, the Emperor, Boba, Greedo, Dengar, Bossk and Krennic. Now we know a few of these are confirmed already, and the likes of Han Solo and Boba Fett look very similar as far as the character models go in the next game. Now I'm no game developer, so do be sure to correct me in the comments section below if I get this wrong, but no doubt it would be pretty easy to bring in these characters from the old Battlefront into the new one and not necessarily design new models in general. This, as I said, can obviously be seen with Han and Boba, who we've seen gameplay of so far, as they look completely identical to Battlefront 1 apart from a few ability changes. Now it's pretty unlikely in my opinion, but if we do see all 14 heroes and villains return for Battlefront 2, this doesn't mean we don't see any new heroes and villains as well. I still want to see loads of new prequel heroes and some sequel heroes as well. But all of these heroes and villains did work really well in Battlefront 1, apart from Krennic, who in my opinion, I think he needs to be adjusted a bit if he was to return in Battlefront 2, but it would be great to see them all back for the next game. Now staying on the topic of heroes, next on my list is I want to see those hero and villain intros return. If you're a bit confused on what I mean by this, here's a little look at one.
May the Force be with us.
Now these intros were nowhere to be seen in the pre-alpha build, however I do think we could see them in the next game, hopefully, if they change a few things for Battlefront 2. I do think it's just a really nice but minor addition to Battlefront that when you pick a hero or villain you get a little intro about them. Up next we have the medical droid. I really love supportive star cards, and while I'm not including the Bacta-bomb in this video because yes, a lot of people hate it and I don't think it would really work well for the next game, I do want to see the medical droid return. Although not being as popular as it should have been in my opinion, I think the medical droid brought a lot of teamwork aspects to those who used it. It really did encourage a few more people to stick together and obviously work together to win games for their team. Not to mention that the medical droid is very realistic to the Star Wars universe, unlike the Bacta-bomb, because you don't really see people throwing around Bacta-bombs in the movies, if I'm correct. I mean, I don't ever remember seeing that. Up next we have Bespin. Arguably the best DLC from Battlefront 2, that's what everyone seems to say, and I agree with that completely. But what I mean by this is not exactly the full Bespin DLC, I just mean the planet itself. I don't think we'd be able to cope if the whole DLC returned for Battlefront 2 because that disruption and shot grenade would not please a lot of fans. I want the maps back for Battlefront 2, Cloud City, the Bionic Laboratories, the Carbonite Freezing Chamber and the Administrator's Palace. Even that Bespin airspace map was pretty cool considering flying was awful in Battlefront 1. And going back to my first point, let's bring Lando and Dengar back. They were two great heroes, and if you didn't know already, Dengar is my favourite villain on the game. Over a year on from Bespin's release, and it's still my go-to game mode on Battlefront 1. It's just so fun and we need to see it back in Battlefront 2. Finally we have Cargo, probably my favourite 12-player mode at this moment in time. Now I know most players prefer the 40-player game modes such as Walker Assault and Supremacy, but I've asked a lot of people what is your favourite 12-player mode, and Cargo seems to be the most popular choice. It's just a very entertaining game mode. You try to get your cargo to the other side and you try to protect yours from being stolen. And if this was to be in the next game, EA, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, don't do what you did with the Death Star DLC and add it in later on, just put it on every planet. Let's just have some cargo on Kashyyyk, Naboo, Kamino, I don't care, put it on any map and I'll play it. But that is my list of 5 things from Battlefront 1 that I definitely do want to see return in Battlefront 2. Let me know if you agreed or disagreed with anything I said in the comments section. A big thanks to a fellow subscriber Skidrow for suggesting this video. You can find a link to his channel in the description. If you'd like to suggest a video for me to make, leave it in the comments and I might just do it. Like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all next time.